Rise up, and rise up some more for 2024. This is the Gambi One channel. My name is Marley. Brothers and sisters, boys and girls, kings and queens, friends, frenemies, and you agents. This is a conversation for the brothers, for the man's them. I was watching a video just recently with Corey Holcomb speaking disparagingly of his daughter. Now he's saying that his daughter is looking to come at him online with an online troll called Tasha K and talk about, how he doesn't really love her mum and so on and so forth. Now, one thing I've known from watching Corey Holcomb stuff in the past is that this brother has no chill. Like, he doesn't have a calm button. He doesn't, nothing relaxes. This guy will go in 100% hard. So, not a good idea, I would say, for that young lady to do. But what has intrigued me about this conversation is that I've been talking about this thing with Black Fatherhood and Black Fathers for a long time. If you go back to the first videos on this channel, they were catch-up sessions that were held at the end of a meeting that some brothers had called the Black Father Support Group over in South East London. And the Black Father Support Group would meet once a week and would speak on, the issues that they were having as fathers. Now, obviously, if everything is going well, then you're less likely to come to a Black Father Support Group because what do you need support for? So everyone there had a story. Now, the sadness that I saw in Corey Holcomb's eyes and in his facial expression, it was on the corners of his mouth, he sits down. I've seen that many times before from men who are suffering, he comes across and he says that, he doesn't give an F. Of course he does, it's his child. Of course he does, it's his daughter. You know how much love you have for your child, your daughter especially, Of course it does bother him. But that's his only defense that he can use. It's the only defense as well. That's the only weapon that he has in his arsenal to use at that point. I've seen it many times in the fathers groups, in those fathers meetings. I've seen that response, that face many times before. And what you're seeing more and more of is this kind of beef between children and their father. Online, I'm talking. And, it's like it's been repeated and replayed in just general life. There's videos of people I know personally that are online where they speak about this. And I'm not going to mention those, but I will mention those who are in the public sphere. So, like, say, for example, Steve Harvey, his children were accusing him of loving Laurie Harvey more than his own daughters. Now, since then, things have come out which kind of explain why he's been more invested in that relationship that he was with his daughters. I'm not going to go into the details because it's all hearsay and chatty-patty stuff, which this channel isn't about. But what we can say is that Brian McKnight, also he changed his name so Brian McKnight Jr. is no longer his junior because he changed his name, and that now his new wife, the child he's had with that woman, that new son is his now junior. So there's dramas going on within both the entertainment industry and out here in the real world with the women of the world. The expectations on them is so much lower. It's so much so much less expected of them. They're expected to look nice and not give it away to everybody. It's basically it. Look nice, but be discerning about who you're giving it away to. Men have so many other things that we are being judged upon. The expectation is that every man is to be a provider, financially, and protector. That was okay back in the day, back when my father was a you know new dad. That was okay back then because shoot, it's like if you had like he's a welder, so if you had a normal blue collar job like he did, that would give you enough money to be able to put the whole family into a home. Mum wouldn't need to work. When you could do that, one person with one job. Now, it doesn't. I don't care if you're in Canada, Australia, America, the UK, wherever you are. The way this global system has been working is they've been tightening the screws so that one blue collar worker cannot have one job and mum is a stay-at-home mum and chilling with the children. No, it's going to take two people going out to work. It can kind of feel like as though you're inadequate, as though you're not enough. Well, I wanted to say that's BS. Yeah, there's a difference between being not enough and someone who's just ungrateful for what you've done. So it's like this lose-lose game. And what I've been seeing, the words that have been coming out from the World Economic Forum, the World Bank, the British government, American Congress, has all Canadian Parliament. They've all spoken the same words that tell you, yo, you're in a trick bag. You're in a no lose game. Sorry, you're in a can't win game. That's what I heard. You're in a can't win game, and yet the expectation on you has not changed. You're still supposed to be the provider, and it can feel like as though there's something wrong with you as a man. No, do your best. Do the best you can is what I would say. Do the best you can, and don't fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others because you don't know the story that you don't know the hurdles, the pitfalls that those others have had to jump over and fall down in order to get to where they've got to. You've got a lot of examples of, let's say, for example, Princess Diana. Princess Diana, the people's princess, they called her, could do no wrong. She was married to the future King of England. This man has buku money, big money that's coming into him from Northern Ireland, from Scotland, from Wales, from England, from Nigeria, Ghana, Gambia. I mean, like Jamaica, Barbados. He had like just money being thrown at him from around the world. India, my God, like Hong Kong. Like he has it. He has the power to provide and the power to protect, and yet still she cheated on him. She cheated on him for someone who also was rich, yes, but he didn't have Prince Charles money. He didn't have Prince Charles level of protection because he's dead and Prince Charles is very much alive. So the best thing I can do is say, look at the bigger picture, right? Look at the bigger picture. So, this is going to be a very long story. I'm going to try and condense this story down. Okay, so now, there was a time when women were not allowed to work in the West. This is the UK I'm talking about. And I'm sure it was continuing over in the States as well. I don't know for sure, but I'm sure it was continuing over in the West. So women were unable to work. If they were, then it would be like, I'm helping someone by cleaning their house and looking after their children. That was the furthest it would go. And men were the breadwinners. That was what the system deemed was acceptable. It's only when the system said, no, actually, you know what? These women need to work as well so we can get more tax revenue. That whole conversation, the zeitgeist changed, and now women were like doing it for themselves. They didn't need no man. They could be powerful, strong women, but on their own. And more power to you. You now have to get up as well and get up and get dressed and get to work and fight the world and come home and don't expect no fighting when you get home. You have the same stresses on you that men have, except you don't have an expectation of you on you to be the breadwinner. At the same time now, women were also expected to live up to these highfalutin expectations of beauty. You know, you've got to be a size 0 or a size 4 or a size 6. If you're a size 10, you're obese. And you've got your makeup to be like this, and you've got to have, have this part highlighted and this part highlighted, and you've got to look whiter than you are. And, the amount of people in China who've been spending billions on looking more European, they're having their eyes cut open and all sorts of madness to reach this pinnacle of perceived beauty based on a European standard. Black women all over Jamaica looking like color of butter. Nigeria, they've got same thing. Just to look what they kind of assimilate, hope to kind of look almost European, not quite, but almost. They've done that. And while us as men could look on and be like, these poor, silly women are doing that, things have changed recently over the last 6-7 years, I'll say. Where that body dysphoria, I can't remember. Yeah, dysphoria. I can't remember the word. Where men are now having the same kind of illogical relationship to their own bodies. Where when you look online and you look in the magazines and you look on TV, the actor who's playing dad has arms the size of tree trunks. He's like walking down the road and he's got a 6-pack. He's singing a song and flexing his leg muscles. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. So men are falling for the same nonsense. And now you'll find that the beauty industry, the cosmetic industry, has ballooned to take on or to answer the fears and negative self-talk of men who don't like what they look like when they look in the mirror. Oh, my chest is too flabby. Oh, my belly hasn't got a 6-pack. I've only got a 4-pack. Me, I got a 1-pack. Oh, my arms are too skinny. Whatever it is, they've got their own. We've got our own kind of foibles and upsets and things that we're not happy about. And people are going under the knife to insert bogus muscles and bogus 6-packs and fake chests and so on and so forth. This is the madness that's going on. So we can see that this is continuing and this is now affecting us. So stop following people. You are the leader. You are the man in your life. You're the captain of your ship. Everybody else, forget them. Just like don't follow women to tell you what is acceptable from you as a man. Because it doesn't make sense. If a woman can be married to like the premier entertainer, Steve Harvey, he's like got shows on TV every other day of the week, syndication radio shows, and then he's got other stuff going on with him, where he's bringing in money on top of money, and his wife cheats on him with his bodyguard. Don't follow these women, they'll turn you crazy. Princess Diana, I've just already mentioned, crazy. Do your best and do your best. Now, if your best is I go to work Monday to Friday and I bring in X amount of dollars, X amount of pounds, and that's the best you could do by your children, so be it. If you know, like when you close your eyes at night time, you're in your bed, you know you could be doing more and you don't, that's no good. You've got to do better. You've got to do more. If you feel like you're doing enough, if you feel like you're doing the best you can, speak to your missus about it. Speak to your wife and, like, say, look, I'm doing my best. What can you see that I might be missing where I could be doing more? I could be getting more, putting down more, bringing in more to the family, and discuss it. And then do more. Do your best. But once you're done, you're doing your best. Let the chips lay where they may. People like Corey Holcomb, he's understandably angry at his daughter's reaction to who he is and what he's doing as a man, because he's doing the best he can do. He's not just a stand-up comedian. He's done stand-up comedy. He's doing TV shows. He's now got the podcast going. He's now very successful. So he's doing that part. But now he has to also be able to be like happy with her mother, who he says is disagreeable. We can't do everything. You're not going to be perfect. People are expecting you to be perfect, but you're not perfect. So don't put yourself under so much stress that you cannot reach the heights that people expect of you. Just do your best, man. Someone will appreciate you. And if they don't, you appreciate yourself, all right? This is your brother Marley. This is the Gambi One channel. And until next time, peace.